Hello students, welcome back. Good afternoon, good morning. See students, before we have discussed yesterday class, that is dihybrid cross. Today we will discuss about the dihybrid cross once again. What are the things? Generally dihybrid cross means taking the two characteristics. One is round, yellow, wrinkled and green. So when they have taken these characteristics, what characteristic, that is capital R, capital Y, that stands for round and yellow. Wrinkled and green, they are recessive characters, that is small r, small y. So these are the wrinkled and the green characteristics. So this is how dihybrid cross is going to develop, right? So when you are taking the dihybrid cross, the ratio will be 9:3:3:1 ratio, that is it is a phenotypic ratio, and the expression of the characteristics we will tell that it is a round yellow and also round and yellow, and this is also round and yellow and also round and yellow, and this is round and green. Like this the characteristics are expressed in the dihybrid cross, right? Next we can see the trihybrid cross. Trihybrid cross means taking the three different characteristics. Either it may be black or white or albino, or some other three characteristics can be chosen. This is the only expression of the phenotypic characteristics, that is the ratio will be 20:9:9:9:3:3:3:1. So this is how the ratio of the trihybrid cross will be taking place, students. Okay, so monohybrid cross, dihybrid cross and trihybrid cross are the three different types of the crosses has been expressed here. So let's start the new character, that is back cross. Back cross means the cross between the F1 generation with any of the parents is known as back cross. See students, when you get the any kind of an expression, that is capital T and small t, you get the capital T and also small t. That means it stands for the tall plants. So back cross means it is an F1 generation, right? So this F1 generation, again you are crossing with the any of the parents, either it may be capital T or either it may be small t also. That is called as back cross. Crossing the F1 generation, again going back and again crossing with the parents is called a back cross. Next, test cross. The cross between the F1 generation and the recessive parent is called as test cross. Recessive parents nothing but here you got the capital T and small t. When you get it, you got the capital T and small t. This is a tall plant, right? So you are crossing with the recessive. This is a recessive character, right? So then it is called a test cross. But when you are crossing with any of the one of the parents, then it is called a back cross. But when you are crossing with only with the recessive character, then it is called as test cross. Next, what is genotype? It is a genetic representation of a trait, that is capital T and capital T small t for a tall plant. Right students? Yes. Now reciprocal cross. Reciprocal, in the name itself, what is meant by reciprocal? The reciprocal cross involves two crosses concerning the same characteristic but with the reverse sex, that is either if you may be crossing with the male or you may be crossing with the female. It means if in that first cross A is female and B is a male, then in the second cross A will be the male and B will be the female. So you are reciprocally crossing them. That is we call it test cross, genotype and reciprocal cross also we can call it. Next, see students, here he has the look F1 hybrid, that is dominant, capital T, small t and capital T, capital T. These are the characteristics chosen. Gametes are present here and capital T, small t, like this. When you are crossing tall and tall and tall and tall, all are present. Next, when you are crossing with the recessive, see, have a look at these students. Recessive trait will be is there, small t is there. Have a look at this tall and dwarf, all these characters, that is 50% of the tall are there, 50% dwarf are there. Dwarf means small plants also we can call it. I hope you understood what is the test cross, what is the back cross, and also what is the difference between them, making the characteristics to come here. I hope you understood students, right? Next, have a look at this, some of the important characteristics, that is phenotype. What is meant by phenotype? It is the expression of a trait. Okay, example tall pea plant. It can be noted that by direct observation of an individual. So it is a phenotype. Physical appearance of an individual also we can call it as a phenotype. Then what is an allele? Allele nothing but the term allele refers to each of the members of a genetic pair. Genetic pair means, as you see, the characters which are expressing continuously we call a genetic pair. Next, homozygous traits. They have the similar allele for a specific trait, that is capital T, small t. Homozygous means same characteristic should be present. They produce only one type of the gametes also we can talk it, right? Next, heterozygous trait also. They have dissimilar alleles for a specific trait, right, TT. They produce two types of the gametes, right students? Heterozygous means many different characteristics. Homozygous means same characteristics to produce. Here phenotype means the similar appearance, means physical appearance of an organism. Next, let's talk about the Mendels experiments, right? So Mendel chose garden pea as a plant material for his experiments, right? Since it has the following advantages also. What are those? Well defined characters are present, okay, and also bisexual flowers are there, and also predominantly self fertilization, and easy hybridization also, and cross fertilization also possible. So well defined characters are there, bisexual flowers are there, predominantly self fertilization, and easy hybridization also is present, and cross fertilization also possible, student. So this is how the Mendels experiments have conducted, and he chosen the pea plant also. Now what is the pea plant characteristics? See, he has chosen the 7 different contrasting characteristics. What are those? First one is flower color, plant height. So what is the dominant here? Flower color, purple is the dominant. And what is the recessive? White is the recessive character. So when you are crossing the white and purple color flowers, no, you are only getting the purple in the first generation. That is why we call it this as a dominant. Next, plant height. Tall is dominant and short means dwarf also we can call. This is a recessive character. That means when you are crossing the same tall and dwarf character, you are getting the first generation tall only. Okay, F1 only I am talking, students. F2 generation means then again you get the tall as well as the dwarf also. Next, seed color, that is yellow color is there, and also green color also is there. So which is the dominant here? It is a yellow is dominant. Next, seed shape round and wrinkled, both are present. So pod color green and yellow all are present. Inflated, and also they can get constricted also. Flower position axial and terminal. So like this the shapes also will be changing, students. So 7 different contrasting character has been chosen by the Mendels for his experimental purpose, and these characters are constantly, they appeared in every generation, and the result were expected only, and there was no change in that, and there is no mutation. That means no sudden heritable changes. For example, purple and white color when you cross, if it is a mutation, then there will be a change in the color of that, okay. They may be getting pink also, but here such type of changes have not appeared in the pea plant. That is the luck for the Mendels experiment to get success, and also he has given all these details and also constant and what are the expected in the next generation also. All the details has been given by the Mendels, so his experiments got successful. But the certain experiments was disproved and also wrong, but expected results was not appeared. So that also we can see in the further classes, right, students, okay. Now, crossing technique employed by the Mendels. So how does the crossing techniques and how these things have been taken place, that all things has been observed here. So since garden pea is a self-fertilizing, so the anthers have to be removed before maturity. So that is what the intention. So this operation is called as emasculation. Emasculation means removal of the pollen grains from the anther. Right, students? That is what here it is there. Okay students, I hope you understood. Tomorrow class we will continue further. Okay, in this session we have discussed about the Mendels experiments, phenotype, homozygous and also heterozygous, back cross, test cross and also monohybrid, dihybrid and also dihybrid class. I hope you understood, right? So tomorrow we will continue in the further classes. Thank you students.